Hi guys, welcome to the Cetking form filling workshop for SP Jain. SP Jain got two kind of calls. One kind of call they give is for the profile based call. So if you have a good profile, that means you have good academic record, or you have a very good academic record, means 70, 70, 70 if you have, or 10th 70, 12th 70, graduation 65. Even that can be considered to be a very good academic record. But if you have 77, 70, that's a very good academic record, which can entitle you direct application to SP Jain with a CAT or ZAT percentile of even 85 percentile. So if you got 85 percentile, you will get a call from SP Jain. So either you have good academic record or you have a good work experience. 1 year, 2 year relevant work experience if you have, that can be counted, or you have very good extracurricular activities. So if you have any one of these three things or more than one of these three things, you will get a call at even 85 percentile. Yeah, so that's a profile based call. Second they have is a profile and score based call. So people like me who have not done that great academically or other ways, so then the second type of call for that you need at least 97 or 98 percentile. So if you plan to fill the SP Jain form, you have to decide whether you are fitting in any of these two profiles, then only spend money on SP Jain form filling. Yeah, so like now if you have decided to fill SP Jain form, now I'll go through the form, because SP Jain will give extra weightage on the answers you have written. So yes, there is a marks for the how you fill the form as well. So if you say any nonsense, that will obviously give you less marks. And second thing is, this form will be there in front of the panelists when they are taking your interview. So if you do anything stupid, they can ask you a question on that, why you written that, why you have written that. So this workshop will help you find out how to fill the form. Fine. So you should ideally do this workshop, see this video twice. One, before filling in your answers, to check which are the parameters you have to check before you fill your answers. And second way is, second video, see the video again after you written the answers. So once you write the answer, then again see the video to find out whether your answer matches the kind of criteria which is given here. Fine. My name is Rav Singh. I've been a panelist of now almost 30 B schools. So I kind of understand what they expect in the interview. So I'm going to give you answers in not what you want to give, but what they expect from you. Yep. So be with me for the next few minutes. Alright, I'll first start with the first thing, which is academic achievements. Now most of the people are going to leave this column blank because most of us don't have any academic achievement. So now let's fill this column. So what you can fill in the academic achievements: number one, if you have been a topper of even one subject. If you've been a college topper, rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, rank 5, great. Right, you are among the top 5 rankers of your 10th, 12th or graduation. Number 2, if you have been a topper of one subject. For example, I have never topped in my life, but I was mathematics topper in my 10th class, and I was engineering third year, I was a topper in one subject. So I'm going to mention that thing as a machine design subject topper. Fine. Why to leave blank? So we're not going to leave any column blank. Whatever, even though it's a very small thing, please mention. Fine. Number 2, all the government employees have a scholarship scheme for their students, for their kids. Fine. For example, my dad used to work in a bank, so my dad had I used to get 75 rupees scholarship in my 10th, 12th, and because of the fact that I was scoring some above X percentile. So if you have been a government employee, talk to your dad. He might tell you, yes, you have been given that merit scholarship. So mention scholarship. It's a big thing. Trust me, having a scholarship is a big thing. So we can mention that as well. Number 3 we can mention is any kind of a professional certification. Fine. For example, NCFM. If you have done NCFM certification or you've done Six Sigma, you can mention that as academic record. If you've been an employee of a IT company, for example, TCS, Infosys, there are a lot of internal exams you have to give. Fine, not the ethics one because that's a compulsory for everyone, but if you might have done some advanced courses, CCNA or something, mention that as academic achievement, because all of them come as a part of the academic achievements. In short, don't leave this column blank. You have to fill something as academic achievements. Alright. Fine, so maximum you can write is 3. So it's 1, 2 or 3, whichever number of achievements you have, you can write. It's a good academic record, subject topper, perfect, no problem at all, and certification, that all you can mention. Alright. Hi guys. Whenever I talk about the GDP and all these things, I always start with TLAM, which is think like a manager. So your answer should come across like as if a manager is giving the answer. If you want to a salary of 18 lakhs average salary, you should act like a girl who can earn or who can expect 18 lakhs salary. You should not come across as a college going school kid or immature personality. Yep. Alright, now we'll move to the second question, which is versatility. Is basically any extracurricular activities you have been participating in: sports, creative writing, painting, dancing, social service, etc. Fine. Now, first of all, before you start writing, make a list of whatever you've done. Fine. Have you been sports? Anything in sports? In college level, school level, office level, sports, any kind of a dance competition. All girls, most of the girls have participated in the dance throughout their life. You don't need a certificate for that, trust me. If it's a small event like your dance in school days, you don't need a certificate, because at times we never used to get a certificate. Fine. Our college topper, for example, school topper, only used to get a shield, never used to get a certificate. So shield obviously will not be carrying to the interview, so you don't need a certificate. If you've been dancing, write dancing. Namak mein jitna jhol is okay. You can bluff, little amount of bluff. For example, I used to be a dancer, but at a school level. In school days, I used to dance a lot. But when I came to college, I stopped dancing at the college level. But in this form, I can mention, yes, I used to dance in the college events. So I was dancing in the school events. I can kind of extrapolate into college events. So I'm just changing the years kind of thing, which you can do. Thoda bahut jhol is okay. Fine, don't leave the column blank because that will be a big thing. Fine. Now comes the third, now other thing. For example, a lot of people are good in cooking. It's my hobby to cook. So I can convert my hobby into extracurricular activities. You have participated in Master Chef, or you have done something. You used to be a dietitian, dietary consultant. Fine. So you can mention that as well. Fine. Again, I'm telling you, don't need a certificate for most of the things. Alright. You should be able to convince them in the interview. That's the main thing. Alright. Number 4 is if you have worked in NGOs, a big thing these days. So now if you have time to fill the form, for example, visit your nearest NGO, Google karo, just dial karo, go to the NGO, ask them, tell them they want to work with them. You have to go there for example, you start teaching at an NGO, teaching poor kids. You have to go there once in a week for 2 hours. Go there 2-3 weeks, and they can give you a letter. Yeah, yes, or email. Email is also a good way of communication. Fine. Now, for example, you have been organizing event for your company. Event organizing is a big thing. Fine. Event participation is good, but event organizing is even better. Now, for example, I have been organizing the events for my company. Fine. But there is no proof for that because there's not written anywhere. So you can ask your manager to send you a email. One email from your colleague also will do, stating that he have been organizing head for this particular event. That's all. Email is a legal proof these days. So yes, an email also can fix the plan. So in short, they have given you space for 5 things. You should mention at least 3. Do not leave this column blank. SP Jain is famous for extracurricular activities. Each and every student of SP Jain will be very smart when it comes to the overall development. That's why they are willing to accept you at even 85 percentile. Because they understand the CAT percentile is not the end of the world. Fine. That's the reason SP Jain have an average salary of more than Ahmedabad. Yeah. So please fill this column seriously. You have been watching sports, you have been playing cricket, like all of us have played cricket in our compound, college school compound, or at our home compound. So I can extrapolate and say I used to be in the college team, school team. Fine. If you have the certificates, please do carry with them. If you don't have a certificate, thoda bahut jhol chalega. Fine. Do not bluff. Do not do too much bluff. For example, I've never played cricket. I've just seen Tendulkar and Virat Kohli playing on TV, and I claim that I've been a cricketer myself. And then they start asking you a question: which order used to come? Were you where is the flip? Where is long on mid off? If they start asking you a question, you are gone. ठीक है, उतना ही फेंको जितना तुम लपेट सको. Fine, in simple words. So again, don't leave this column blank. At least write 3-4 achievements you have done in life. It cannot be a very high level. It can be a normal level as well. Alright. For example, we had a student who wrote that he was a hostel mess secretary. So in our hostel as well, we used to be on a rotational basis. Everyone have to become a mess secretary for a month. So I've been there as well in my 4 year of my engineering life. Fine. But it's too small for me. It's too small thing to write. लिखो ना यार, तुम खाली क्यों छोड़ रहे हो? Why you are leaving the column blank? Write that. If, for example, Ganpati Pandal mein you are an organizing committee member, write that. If you have been for example, you have been I just got a call from a student. She was part of the college event security. Now, don't just mention security. You are a part of the college event. So, event management and organizing committee member, you are a part of the committee member. And the responsibility you got that day was on the D day, you were supposed to take care of the security of the event. Fine. No problem. Write that. Even small thing add up to a big thing. Okay, that's a problem with us Indians, that we don't portray things. We have done these things, but we don't show that we have done. First, a small thing. Yeah, so just start mentioning that. You have to fill this column. You can't leave this column blank. Because extracurricular activities is one of the main column, and it will give you extra brownie points in the interview. So you can mention your hobbies, you can mention your interest, Six Sigma, black belt if you have done all these things. So you can mention all those things in this column. Yep. So you're part of the college days, you're part of the NSS, you're part of all these things. You can mention drawing competition, essay writing competition. You can write all these things. College mein, a lot of us are part of the marketing team, marketing committee, finance committee, technical festivals. Mention all that. Yep. Alright, next question is about personal responsibilities. Describe situations where you had the opportunity to take a responsibility in the professional account, personal account. So let's start the professional account first. So give us when you take a responsibility in a professional level. Fine. I'll give you my interview. One of the top B school in the country. I was asked one question. Have you ever taken up responsibility? You know what I replied? Sir, I work for IT company and I was given no chance to show any kind of a responsibility. I was not given any kind of a opportunity to show my talent as well. This was my reply. That was the worst reply you can ever give to anybody. And of course, I was kicked out from the interview. I was not selected in that interview. Fine. Now, coming back to the point, what to say as a professional listening. So, it can come anyway. For example, you have been a part of a project team and you have been told to lead a team. For example, now if you have work for 1 year, so obviously you cannot become a project manager. So you can become a project lead. You are made a lead of a project where you led a small, not a full project, but a module of a project into successful completion within the time and the budget. Fine. So for work experience, you can say that. Or you can talk about apart from your college office hours, you are doing other things as well. Like a lot of people do RFP, for example, RFP, request for proposals. They work for pre-sales work as well, along with their estimation, budgeting. So any kind of activity you have done along with your work experience, you can mention that as a responsibility taken. Fine. Okay, now there's a two different way to say that. Okay, let me complete, then we'll talk about that. Third thing, or you can talk about is any extracurricular activities you have done in college days. Office, college days, you can do that. For non-working people, you can say that. Any one extracurricular activity, you've taken the responsibility which will help you improve as a professional. Fine. For example, what I was saying, if I was not working, I would have been saying that in my college days, in my third year, I was made the head of the event, of a particular event at the college. Fine. And my responsibility was to manage the sponsorship. So I was handling the sponsorship part of the college. So brilliant answer. So yes, that is the responsibility you've taken. Now come the main point. How is you have taken, not given to you. Fine. Now let me say the same thing again in a different way. Fine. Now my teacher was looking for a person to talk about, to take care of the sponsorship part, and no one was coming forward, so she chose me. So it was given to me, the responsibility was given to me. Or I can say other way around, that I took up the responsibility. Fine. So ma'am was taking interviews, I participated, and she selected me to become the. So there is huge difference in the wording you use. I was selected as a part of this thing. So the moment you say selected, your valuation goes up. Alright, are you getting me? So there was a competition, you participated and you got that. Yep. So always use the words carefully, that I was selected to lead the team. This means the teacher found the talent in you and you were given the opportunity to lead the team. Fine. Office may, for example, they do organize sports meets, so you are volunteer in that. So you can say I organized a team. Thoda bahut jhol is okay. Fine. So you organize, you are part of the committee to organize. Fine. So all these kind of things you can mention. So professional, related to college, events, helping the teacher in some assignments, some research work, all these things come as a part of that. So professional. Yeah. Now comes the second part, personal. When it comes to personal level, most of the people go to their parents level. My dad told me to buy vegetables every day, so I used to buy vegetables. My mom used to be not well, so I used to cook at home. So all these things are very immature level. Fine. Again, TILAM, think like a manager. You have to think like a manager. Narayan Murthy will never say these kind of answer in his interview. So imagine you are listening to the interview of Narayan Murthy and he is saying the personal level, my responsibility is to cook the food every day, or when my wife is out of town, I have to cook the food myself. So please avoid parents, all these things are out. Keep them apart. Fine. Now what you can mention as a personal this thing is, for example, sports. There are two lives you are living. One is a professional life, go to office, go to college, go do all these things. One is a professional life, a personal life. Fine. So I'm into sports, I'm very active in sports. So that's your personal goal is to run a marathon, for example. That's my personal goal, to run a marathon, to run non-stop 42 kilometers. Yeah, that's your professional goal. That's your, personal goal. Dance. Fine. So for example, there's a girl who's an engineer. She's working in an IT company, but personally, she has been training for Kathak or Bharatanatyam for last 5 years. So her dream is to do that to become or to dance on stage, or she already have danced on stage. So yes, on personal front, she was taking the responsibility of in her Kathak school that she will represent her Kathak school. Fine. Or sports. Take organizing event, again same thing, but organizing event will not come here, sorry. Yeah, so because it's a personal thing. Fine. So personal thing can be anything which is not related to your college or related to your office. Fine. Sports हो गया, dance हो गया, or you have been, for example, I have a while working, I have to take care of my, for example, during school days, college days, my family, dad's position was not that great to sustain the family. So I used to work part-time as well. Fine. So I took up the responsibility to share the family load. So I was working part-time. A lot of people do that in Bombay. So working part-time. Yes, all these kind of things come as a part of the personal goal. Yeah. So do mention. So one of the things you can mention. Any of the things you can mention. It's not a personal achievement. It's a personal responsibility. But yes, you can talk about your achievements as well. For example, you used to cook and also you participated in Master Chef. You participated in singing competition. So you took the responsibility. You were selected to represent in that event. Yep, so you can mention all those things. Alright. Alright, last question is about work experience. So you have to mention your roles and responsibilities and functions in maximum 50 words. So yeah, please mention whatever you are working on. So try to put in dotted, try to put in bullet points. So rather writing big paragraph, write in bullet point. For example, the one I'm seeing here of one of my student Hussein. So he have written all of them in comma, but yeah, that's fine because he hardly have written 2 lines. So if you're writing 4, 5, 6 lines, it's better to write in bullet points. Yep. So work experience, you have to mention everything what you've done in the work experience. Alright, so I think that's enough for your profile form filling. Fine. So all the best. Thank you.